Good morning, it's Wednesday the 3rd of August and this is your daily outlook. The US dollar strengthened against high-yielding currencies such as the euro and the Australian dollar, but plummeted against safe haven Swiss franc and Japanese yen. With US policymakers reaching a deal on the US debt ceiling, the threat of a US default started to fade. Investors are now focusing on the health of the global economy following the sluggish US manufacturing figures in July. Risk aversion heightened, world equities turned negative and precious metals rallied. Data also showed US consumer spending was lower in June, adding to fears of an economic slowdown ahead of Friday's non-farm payrolls. Against the Japanese yen, the dollar took a dive to $76.76 from $77.81. Versus the Swiss franc, the dollar hit a fresh record low at 0.7607 from 0.7847. The euro dropped against the dollar as low as 141.50 from 142.81 as risk aversion in the market remains elevated. Italian and Spanish bond yields jumped yesterday, reflecting investors' uncertainty about Greece's bailout plan and growing Eurozone debt contagion fears. The Australian dollar shed 3% against the dollar, edging as low as 106.78 from 110.07. Some speculators argue that Australia's interest rates may be cut in order to avoid recession following yesterday's dovish statement by the Reserve Bank of Australia. The Aussie is also weighed after retail sales revealed lower than expected figures in June. Looking at commodities, we see oil prices shedding 3%, sliding to $92.76 a barrel from $95.66. Gold edged higher to a record high at $1,660.95 an ounce from $1,618.25. Silver also ticked higher to $40.85 an ounce from $39.26. Now let's have a look at the currencies you should be watching out for. The euro-dollar pivot point is at 142.50 with a preference to enter into short positions at 142.40. The dollar-yen pivot point is at 77.40 with a preference to enter into short positions at 77.35. The Aussie dollar pivot point is at 107.75 with a preference to enter into short positions at 107.75. The sterling dollar pivot point is at 163.30 with a preference to enter into short positions at 163.20. And the dollar CAD pivot point is at 0.9575 with a preference to enter into long positions at 0.9575. Let's have a look at commodities now. We have oil pivot point at 95.45 with a preference to enter into short positions at 95.45. The gold pivot point is at 1651 with a preference to enter into long positions at 1651. And the silver pivot point is at 39.15 with a preference to enter into long positions at 39.15. And today's calendar and market movers are the Europe PMI services in July, forecast to fall to 51.4. UK PMI services in July, forecast to fall to 53.2. Europe retail sales in June, forecast to gain 0.5%. US ADP employment change in July, forecast to rise to 100,000. And US factory orders in June, forecast to fall 0.7%. Now on to equity markets. We see US equities were negative yesterday with the SP 500 trading down 2.56% and the Dow was down 2.19%. European bourses were negative with the FTSE down 0.97%, the DAX was down 2.26% and the CAC was down 1.82%. At the time of writing, the Nikkei was down 2.05% and the Hang Seng was down 1.90%. This has been your Daily Outlook. I'm Emma and Joe from the Easy Forex Dealing Room. Have a great day.
Not only have you found a great place for Forex news, you found a great place to trade it. Registration is easy. Just click Join Now. Membership has its unique benefits, such as the freeze rate, the trade simulator, the inside viewer, and personal dealers. Your personal account manager waiting for you now.